Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Some pressing information I really need you to see. I came across an article and all it does is corroborate all the things that we know is happening when it comes to, well, basically the elite. You name who the elite are, trying to take away our rights and freedoms in the direction we're heading. And when it comes to prepping, we have to be ready for this. Let's jump into this really short article. And it's really interesting. The article is from Geobanking Rates, and it's the 7 things the middle class won't be able to afford in the next 5 years. And quickly, I say this is interesting because they're just nonchalant that, you know what, this is the progression things are going. They're not even talking about the fact that the elites are trying to take control of these things. They're just simply saying, get ready for it, by a matter of fact. Number 1, they say goodbye to extended family trips, especially overseas. It's something the middle class will not be able to afford in the coming years. But honestly, right now, this year, I would actually completely caution against any type of overseas trips or even trips far away from your home. The things that possibly may be coming, even just a matter of a few months, may be so quick that you won't even know it's coming. And the last thing I want to do is get trapped somewhere and not home where all my stuff is, all my preps. Say goodbye to buying new cars. You won't be able to afford them in the not so distant future. And if you're like me, I wouldn't buy a new car anyway. So ridiculously expensive. Not to mention, as soon as you drive them off the lot, the price immediately depreciates. But that's not the point. If we can't afford new cars, or generally speaking, people can't afford new cars, soon the pool of used cars is going to diminish as well. That's all part of their plan. I've talked about this in the past. They want to make it so private ownership of cars is going to disappear. Private school tuition, they're saying we won't be able to afford private school tuition in just the next 5 years. And that's exactly where they want you, because they want everybody in school, another brick in the wall. You learn what the government puts out. You don't fight back. Everything that literally re-educates your children. It's all part of the plan. This is a big one. Home ownership and real estate. The way things are going, a mortgage or house purchase may be something the middle class won't be able to afford in the next 5 years. That is frightening. I can certainly see owning a home becoming something that's more and more out of reach for your average middle class citizen. And this one breaks my heart. I think owning your own home, owning your own real estate is one of the main things that goes with basically the American dream. I want my own property. I want my own place. And even if they can't get you as far as mortgage goes, then they'll get you with the taxes and then even more so insurance. They're going to try to make it harder and harder. And why? Because corporations are gobbling up houses like to record levels to the point where you can't even afford one, even if you wanted to. You see a house, want to put an offer on it, immediately it's bought up by some corporation for cash. They want to make it so nobody owns their home anymore. Healthcare cost, they've been rising steadily as well, and there's no sign of this trend reversing. No more leisure and travel in retirement as well. For many, the desire to explore and enjoy leisurely pursuits is part of retirement. Oh, for sure. And it was once considered to be an attainable goal for most middle class, but now is becoming a luxury. And this one is frightening too. Safe investments for retirees. Bonds and fixed income has been a cornerstone for retirees' portfolio, giving the retiree income and stability. But now it's becoming increasingly important to explore diversified investments, ensuring your savings can actually support those lifestyles and goals. More and more difficult for us. And it's not like they're planning on just trying to make it difficult for the middle class or for you and I. It's not about making it difficult for us. It's about making it so they control everything. It's always about power and money. And ultimately, the long story short, we're looking at you will own nothing and be happy is what they want. But freedom is not part of that. So prepare now. All these specific areas, make sure you look for contingency plans, because as preppers, we have to be ready. Because when you see articles like this that has nothing to do with actually prepping channels and preparedness, they're letting you know this stuff certainly is coming.